finally did it. I went and picked up a Howa carbon fiber 6.5 Creedmoor barreled action. I'm very excited to bring you guys this video series. It is going to be a 6-part series with us building out this rifle, taking it to the range, getting some first loads. In today's video, I'm going to take you guys through the components that we're going to be using to assemble the rifle. Obviously, this is not a custom rifle, and that kind of speaks to my goal with this project. When looking at the FDE rifle above me, I realized that a high-end custom action, custom carbon fiber barrel, that is off the table for probably 90% of people out there, if not more. However, something like this Howa carbon fiber barrel action is very much in reach for most people. Now, the components we're going to be using for this build have been selected to basically give me a multi-purpose rifle that I can still hunt with. Obviously, I'm not going to be shooting buffalo with a 6.5 Creedmoor. However, I've successfully hunted kudu and stuff like that in the past, and that's going to be one of the videos we do in this series, is actually take this puppy out hunting. So I'm excited to take you guys along this journey. Now, before we jump further into this, I need to give you guys an update. I've also made some videos with regards to this 300 PRC Howa project in the ESS. This thing is now an absolute hammer. We have an update video on this dropping on the channel very soon. Now, first things first, what are some of the components we're going to be using? We are going to be using, you probably guessed it, but my arguably favorite chassis that MDT makes is the XRS chassis. Okay, now I've chosen the XRS chassis in FDE because I just like how the carbon fiber contrasts with the FDE body. So this one I actually got not from MDT, but I got it from my store, impactproshop.net. This is actually our display one that's out at the store. So we're going to be using this one for this project, and perhaps even if you guys like this series, and let's say this video gets 1,500 likes, let's make it 2,000 likes. I will do like a super cool multi-cam type camo on this to show you guys. Just put this rifle over the top, because why the hell not? Okay, now, as you know, it's a display unit, so it's already got an arc rail on there, so just full disclosure on that. So, FDE XRS, why did I choose the XRS? First of all, I think it's really good value for money. I love the way the XRS shoots. I often would put my 6-dasher in the XRS just to mess around with it. I love the conventional sort of stock feel with the modular features you get from this. I've been in love with the XRS ever since they came out, and I've got a few rifles in XRSs. So for me, this was the logical choice. Now, MDT also recently released their new field stock, which hopefully we'll get hands on the channel soon. However, that is not available in Howa short action at this point in time. Hopefully in the future it is, because I think it is going to be a nice, even more affordable alternative than the XRS. So XRS is going to go down there. Then we're obviously going to need to slap some 20 MOI bases on this, because the Howas do not come with an integrated scope base, so that is going to go on there like so. We're going to have our Vortex Pro Series rings. These are super affordable new rings from Vortex. They recently launched them in 34mm. They've been selling like hotcakes. I cannot stress enough, guys, do not buy the super El Cheapo rings from freaking eBay and Amazon. Get yourself some proper rings, and these are some great rings. Now, I'm going to marry that all up with the brand new Vortex Strike Eagle. I was thinking of potentially doing a Razor LHT, but that kind of defeats the purpose for this build, because we still want to have it relatively affordable with the Razor LHT, while a lovely scope is obviously a little bit more on the high end when it comes to the price point. So Strike Eagle 3-18 first focal plane in mil is going to go on this puppy. So that is it from sort of our rifle building components. Obviously, when you're buying this specific barreled action, they actually come threaded already, which is cool, because that saves you like a little bit of money, right? So this has come threaded already, should be in 5H24. In fact, let's double check that and confirm. And then I'm just going to steal one of our Warbird suppressors off one of my other rifles, and that is going to fit like a freaking glove. 5H24. And we are off to the races. So I'm going to be running a suppressor on the front of this, because this, as I said, is going to be like a dual use little hunting setup. So I'm stoked. What perhaps you guys can't see is the quality of the carbon fiber work. I'll give you some close-ups on this if I can. The quality on the carbon fiber work on the barrel looks pretty good for a reasonably affordable, complete rifle, essentially, a barreled action. I was impressed when I saw that. Initially, I didn't see any pitting or anything like that, which could be a problem on carbon barrels, and not that it will affect the accuracy or anything like that, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with the quality of this. Looks good. Will it shoot? Obviously, the Howa has some shortcomings, not the smoothest action in the world. I mean, it's not as smooth as some of the actions I shoot, but there are some things we can do to this to make it better. Big shortcoming the Howa has is the trigger. Potentially, I'll show you guys a mod I do with the trigger. Hell, maybe we'll even play and swap out some triggers and see if we can get that a little bit better. So I'm very, very excited to see where this project goes. Now, next thing we're going to look at is the components I'm going to be using to put together a load for this project. Now, when it came time to select the components for our recipe we want to be putting together here, I decided to go with these 140 grain Elite Hunter bullets. The reason I went 140 grain, that's kind of the sweet spot the 6.5 Creedmoor really likes. It gets good velocity. You know, my goal with this is kind of going to be to get to that 2,820 feet per second. If I can get there, we're absolutely golden. Accuracy wise, if I can get half a MOA to 0.7 MOA repeatably, then I'm also going to call this golden. Now, to propel these, I've chosen N550. This is kind of what I grew up shooting as soon as we ran out of sort of the local produced powders back in the day here in South Africa. I switched to N550. It's always worked well for me for the 6.5 Creed. I also know that there is now N555 available, which is potentially also an option to explore, but I see no reason why this isn't going to absolutely hammer. As for cases, Blue Box, Lapua, as far as I can always. Unfortunately, they don't always make brass for the weird and wonderful calibers that I shoot, but for this they do, and I've decided to select the small rifle primer Lapua cases. I will be doing some case prep on these cases before I load up anything, but I have done videos on that, what you guys need to do to brand new cases. Then this is all going to be bang buttoned by some Federal gold medal match primers. These things have become absolutely hen's teeth, so if you can get your hands on them, especially if you're here in South Africa, they're very expensive now, but these things work really well for me. I've also found sometimes with the Howas that they like to pierce primers, and I found that less shooting the Federals versus shooting the CCIs. So guys, that's a general overview of this project. Our next video is going to be sort of an ASMR assembly of this beautiful rifle, and then we're going to take it to the range after having measured the chamber, doing all of those wonderful things I need to do, and going to see what our sort of initial accuracy testing is like. After that, we hopefully have a great result. Then I'm going to do a custom ballistic turret for this guy, potentially run it in a match, absolutely take you guys with, and see if we can get an Impala or something like that with this. It's going to be a hell of a fun trip with this rifle, and I look forward to taking you guys on this journey. Please make sure you like, subscribe, also smash the like button so we can get to 2,000 likes, so I just want to do like a really cool multicam on the XRS because I think it will look absolutely sick. And then this rifle is actually a rifle that I'm not going to sell. I'm going to keep this if my little brother or my older brother or whoever wants to come hunting, perhaps my wife, then we have another rifle ready and absolutely rocking. Guys, thank you very much again for watching and supporting the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, all the lovely stuff. If you have one of these already, I know they're also available in 308 and like another cartridge, I can't remember what it was. Let me know what your feedback is on the carbon fiber Howas. Have you had hands-on with them? Have you seen them in the wild? They're not cheap, but hopefully we can get this hammering. And with that said, make sure you check out the video what to do with your other cases down here. And if you want to see one of our other ASMR builds, check that out here. See you in the next one. Bye.